Last week, I attended a hackathon at my university, and something really stood out. A lot more people are building a lot more impressive projects. And now the argument could be made that the general skill level at this hackathon was a bit higher than usual, but I think something else is going on. As I was walking around chatting with other team members about the idea and the projects they were building, something stood out. About 99.96% of them had a chatbot. Okay, but wait, let's pause there for a minute. Building just a chatbot not so long ago would have been a endeavor that required an immense amount of mental gymnastics to pull off. But now, a bunch of students, kids really, are putting it in their app as a mere feature, almost as an afterthought. There's a lot of talk about AI taking our jobs and putting devs out of work, but I don't think things are as gloomy as people make it out to be. This isn't a nuanced take or anything, but it's certainly interesting to see it happen firsthand. All this technology is becoming so easily accessible, and the extent to which that is true is increasing at an increasing rate. The barrier to entry is becoming almost non existent, and this in turn requires much more of you to build something truly great. On the flip side, it also empowers you to think about problems on a much deeper level, albeit less technical, because much of this is now being abstracted out. I'm not too sure how to feel about this part though. There's beauty in the details, and I feel like we're robbing ourselves of necessary learning if we aren't too careful with how we use these new tools. But then again, the cloud's pretty great. Not many of us are thinking of implementing our own infrastructure on that level anymore. So maybe that's how this whole AI thing should be viewed, as merely an extension of that wave of doing things. I'm not too sure how to think about this though. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense. Maybe comparing AI to the cloud is a bit of a stretch. There's also this whole new trend of ADD, or AI driven development, which involves some permutation of tools from using Cursor for your IDE, V0 by Vercel for your front end, and to some extent even Claude for your source of documentation. This is greatly enhanced by the copy pastification of development from using Shadcn components for your UI, even Tailwind classes for your CSS, and boilerplate templates. This isn't to say that the trade of being a developer is becoming commodified. It still takes knowledge and skill to put these things together in a way that works. But I don't think it's a wise vector along which should be the sole way that you choose to differentiate yourself. Once the perceived value and skill of what you do becomes easily accessible, it loses its uniqueness. If what you do can be done by many others, it becomes much harder to stand out. AI is a powerful tool that should be used to its fullest potential. If anything, it reminds us that being a great developer isn't just about coding skills. Much more is involved in how we approach solving problems. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are, problem solvers.